Hey guys, I'm filming this. Today is Father's Day, so shout out to all the wonderful fathers. I know some of you guys are going through hell right now, so just hang in there. Originally, I was gonna, the main idea of this video was gonna be related to Father's Day and what it means to be a father, and especially a positive male figure, and especially in today's climate. But I decided to, or I remembered there was a video that I wanted to put up, but I stopped myself. And have you ever stopped yourself from saying something or doing something because of fear? Because you're afraid of what another person might think or say, or you might get censored, or you might get canceled. Why is it so hard? I don't know, for some reason I feel really uneasy right now because I think there's like, intuitively my soul knows that I'm gonna speak the truth. I mean, look man, it's always gonna be about truth. Every video, every word, this whole channel, not the whole channel, but that's just the main one of the principal or main principles that I try to live by. And then so I'm not gonna get up and put up videos about trivial stuff, man. Just so much trivial stuff. It's just, I realized my main audience, I'm gonna try to cater toward young men, because I know young men are having such a tough time. And dude, it's part of the reason is so many of these, it doesn't matter, young women and men, so many of these people have no fathers. They're fatherless. You could thank the feminists. But today's video, I'm gonna title it, Only the Brave Speak the Truth. Only the brave speak the truth. Brave or courageous. So what is that? So just in that word, it's an action, man. Most of the time you're gonna be afraid, you're gonna be scared. Somebody's gonna, in the back of your mind, there's this, most likely you're gonna stop yourself because of fear. So you gotta understand, if courage or bravery is if it's a specific character trait that you want to develop, first you have to kind of identify and tell yourself, oh, that's a character trait that I want to grow and develop. And then while you're mindful, while you have that principle or main concept in the back of your mind, you have to kind of come up with specific action. And as you put it into practice, it'll come forth more easily and it'll become automatic. So, especially when it's a big decision, when it's gonna really cost you, those are the moments where you're just gonna restrict yourself and stop yourself and not do it. And just kind of take a back seat. So I'll try to limit myself as far as the video length. I know just if I don't kind of stop myself, I'm gonna ramble on. But so as the title suggests, you could, if you look around, if you look back in your past, most people will be able to come with an example of somebody or even yourself kind of choosing to kind of tell the truth about something, and it ended up costing you. You know, somebody said something, or somebody tried to censor you or ostracize you, or you just kind of, people look at you weird because people, for the most part, your average person, it just seems like they're allergic to the truth. And that's probably how it is for you. And if you look at your life, when's the last time? For the most part, it's just you're more comfortable telling a lie than telling the truth. So the idea for this video, it came to me when I just came across this guy, his channel. Definitely check out his channel, and then I'll put a link for his video, for this particular video. But I recommend following this guy, and if you want, like, he even has a Substack where you could, you know, if you want to support him further. But his name is Scott Carney, Carney, and he puts up these journalistic YouTube videos exposing liars. So, you know, it's like a broken record, you know? Always come back to the idea about telling the truth. That's a true alpha. You wanna know what that's you think that's real? I mean, yeah, that's maybe when it comes to like the animal kingdom, but we're not animals. Hello. Do I have to like literally tell you that for you to realize you're not an animal? But if you put some thought into it, like, what are we talking about, alpha male? We're usually talking about the main trait of strength, what it means to be strong. And as a human being, there's a physical aspect, but we have our psychological, mental, and spiritual aspects of what it means to be a human being. So how does that play out in everyday life? I'm gonna give you an example of it, and it comes back to either you deceiving people through lies. Either you're lying or you're telling the truth. And why is that? Why is that strong, or why does that take strength? Because why is that a prime example of strength to speak the truth? Because it's gonna cost you. You speak the truth, and for the most part, the general public is gonna come after you. They're gonna attack you because it's gonna cost somebody. You're taking money out of somebody's pocket, you know. But I'll put a link. So I strongly suggest you check out the video. And the title of the video is "The Junk Science of Athletic Greens." You know, AG1. I don't, man. And it's not cool. So in the video, he basically says it's that AG1 product. It's a lot of hype. I even checked it out. I I would, dude. I wouldn't even go to their website. Okay, I went on Amazon and they're selling it on Amazon, and you know, I put it's almost $100 for I forget how many grams, but I looked at the ingredients and it's like I don't know, it just didn't seem that nothing special. It's anyways. I even found a way cheaper organic alternative, you know, and I'll and it will be in the description and you could check it out yourself. Well, basically, he's saying that this product is a lot of hype, and the lawyers for this product even try to sue him and kind of shut him down, because even before this particular video, right, he put up a video about the company that produces AG1, and it was actually started by a dude from Australia. He you know, he conned people and then he ran away and then he came over to the, but just check out the website. And so what I'm saying is, for example, it's, you know, the cheaper alternative, it's like for about the same amount, it was like maybe about $30 on Amazon. And you know what it really is? It's like, it's all the, it looks like a green powder, but it's based on all the green vegetables like spirulina, chlorella, like kale. and and it really irks me, man, because look, I wouldn't say he's not out there purposely hurting people, but not, I don't know, you want to get technical, it's his product is, the promises are overhyped just so they could get people to buy his product, and it's way more expensive than your typical, like another alternative that has similar ingredients. And this is where you have to be really careful, especially in the supplements and the health industry, because none of it is regulated. Any dude could be working out of their home garage and kind of take a certain vitamin or supplement and just copy it and sell it under a different name. I mean, there's no regulation. So, I mean, just check out the video. And I don't know this guy, man, but this Scott Carney, we definitely need more people like him. He's an alpha male. He looks like a little. He looks like a skinny white man, like a nerdy type. He's an alpha male, okay? And the second example is, he looks like your typical, you know, alpha male, but I'm talking about Lyle Alzado. I mean, he's no longer with us. He passed due to like cancer, like a brain tumor. But I remember him. He was a football player, and you know, you could, the best example is just, I'll put a link in the description as well, but there was like a good example. There was a video done by the Football Life. So how does this story relate to telling the truth? So while he was playing his whole football career, starting from his college days, he used steroids, but he kept that a secret. I mean, back in those like the 80s and the 90s, you know, people didn't openly come out and confess that they're using steroids, you know. But after he was done with football, he came out because he was dying of this inoperable brain tumor cancer, and I don't know. He just kind of he wanted to tell the truth, you know, just kind of get it off his chest, you know. And he said that he used steroids for his whole football career, and that it was his personal recommendation that, you know, you don't use steroids. But I don't really think there was like a direct connection, because these days, dude, you look at all those bodybuilders, many professional athletes are using steroids, you know. But the fact is, it's not so much about him getting sick. It's just that you know, his impending death is what caused him to tell the truth. And that's the important part about this story, about him deciding to just speak the truth no matter the consequence. And you know what ended up happening? People ostracized him. People condemned him from telling the truth. That's what you get these days. And still today, you speak the truth, and you know, nothing good's gonna come your way. But that's where the strength is. You know, it's okay. You're one of the weak ones. You're gonna lie for your own benefit. That's okay. But the few, I hate that stupid term, alpha male. It's a joke, man. Just a real example of what a courageous person is the person that speaks the truth and stands for the concept of truth. Just like this Scott Carney guy, you know, and Lyle Alzado. And, you know, society is so hypocritical. We all know most professional athletes, they're juicing, they use steroids. We know that. But just because he was like one of the first ones to be open about his steroid use, he's obviously he's good enough to get into the Football Hall of Fame. But no, the people, you know, all those typical Pharisees, hypocrites, decided that he's not worthy. So he doesn't even have a chance of getting into the Hall of Fame. So yeah, that's what you get for telling the truth. You know how most videos, it's even, you know, from, you would hear people kind of recommend that you structure, you know, it's just like any, do you remember like the book reports? The teachers always told you introduction, body, and conclusion. So that even goes for any speech or presentation you make. So usually, even for a YouTube video, you know what the conclusion is? A CTA, call to action. My call to action is to just check out the videos. I'll include a link for both the videos and the way cheaper alternative for AJ1. But ultimately, the most important call to action for you, for whoever's watching this is to don't take my word for it. I mean, just sit down and meditate, think about it, write about it, about why speaking the truth and standing for truth is important. And if you do indeed think it is important enough for you to adopt that as a main principle or value in your life, then good for you. But I mean, it's not going to be an easy road. So that's why I'm just like a little hesitant about, it's like, obviously my videos is not about selling you stuff, or just talking about real stuff, man. Very unpopular things. And most popular things in life are wrong. I think it was an Oscar Wilde quote, but yeah, so just check out the videos. And again, to all the wonderful fathers out there, happy Father's Day.